In this video today, we are going to talk about one method for filling animal ears, which is the bondo method, as opposed to using plastic ear liners, which is also one other popular method. I like to use plastic ear liners on my deer heads, but tend to use bondo on my small game. These ears have nice sharp edges, they're thin throughout, and they're also strong, which is everything you want in a quality filling for your ear. Very nice. Now, if you stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to show you a great party trick, which is how to make translucent competition quality bondo ears. But first, I'm going to get started on this bobcat, and I think the key to proper bondo adhesion is to dry your ear skin out really well. Bondo doesn't like to stick to a wet or an oily surface. So I'm going to take this wet tan skin and use a hair dryer to dry it a little bit. Now I'm going to take some lacquer thinner and just kind of rub that on the skin, and this is going to take any tanning oils, any residual oils that might be in the skin, and remove that. Then I'll hit it with the hair dryer one more time, and this will just really give it a nice dry surface. Now let's talk a little bit about the products I'm going to use. This is Evercoat Body Filler, which is from Advance Auto Parts. It comes with a blue hardener tube, and I also have a classic bondo tube of red. I prefer 3M actual bondo brand, but it's become almost impossible to find in 2023, and this is a good substitute. This is fiberglass mat. I have an entire roll here that might last me the rest of my life, honestly. I got this on Amazon, but you can also buy this in much smaller quantities at the hardware store. Lowe's or Home Depot should have this, and these products here is what we will be using. So here is a trick I found for the ears, is to make a tracing of your ear onto a piece of cardboard, and this is going to help you know how much product to use. At the time of this filming, I was using actual bondo here. But I'm putting it on top of my tracing, spreading it out kind of to the desired thinness, and this just gives me an idea of how much to use. A little bit of that pink hardener. I prefer the pink or red hardener for ears because, you know, most ears are going to be semi-translucent and you get that pink coloring showing through versus the blue. I don't know any animal that has a blue ear. I stirred that up real good with some of that fiberglass chop. I kind of shredded that and mixed it all up together, and now we're going to put it down inside our ear and mash it around. Make sure to get it all the way to the tip. This stuff sets up pretty quick, so work fast. I'm using a needle to poke a hole into the tip of the ear, which is just going to give us a tiny air hole so that we get any air bubbles out the end. I have about a minute or so of working time before this starts to get hard. So look at your reference photos and shape your ear as quickly as possible. You want to get the proper shape, and you also want to have an even thinness throughout. I'm using a pet brush to groom these hairs down over the ear, because you'll find if you don't get your hair properly groomed into place before it's fully set, you might not be able to get it to go into place later on. It's like those hair follicles get locked in incorrectly. While it's still in the gelling phase, I'm kind of giving a little bit of a bend to the tip of that ear. I like that look on relaxed bobcat ears, to give it just a little twist. These little detailed parts of the ears I feel are often overlooked on a taxidermy mount, but again, look at reference photos for your shaping and groom that ear hair over the ear canal. This makes finishing so much easier too. You don't hardly have to paint the inner ear because you're not looking at just dried, nasty inner ear skin. You've got your fur properly groomed over the ear canal. Now, before it's completely set up, it's a really good idea to peel back about an inch or so and go ahead and cut the bottom off of that bondo. You won't need that much. If you leave it on, your ear will stick out too far from the head. That is a nice set of ears. Now we're ready to add our clay for our ear butts and proceed with mounting. Loving that sharp edge. I'm going to show you just a few mounts around the shop that I've done bondo ears on, and some of these are competition pieces, and they did quite well in competition, even with those bondo ears that some people say isn't good enough for show. Even the baby giraffe features bondo in her ears with a great shape to them. Here's one of my favorite pieces, my baby Bob, and you see he has very translucent ears, which you won't get with regular bondo. Even doing regular bondo very thinly, you still will get a opaque ear generally. So I'm going to show you how I achieved these translucent ears. This is a kind of a specific product here. It's called Rex Lithe, and it is manufactured as a piano repair product. And it is similar to bondo, except for it is translucent. It does appear to have a bit of a yellow color to it, but it has very translucent properties. I'm going to add some of the red cream hardener to it. This is the site that you can buy this from. It comes in a tube and you can get it in several colors, but what we would want is the transparent color. It's a little expensive, but a little goes a long way, and you can do several pairs of ears with this. I wouldn't necessarily use it in a commercial application, but this is more of a competition technique. Now it comes with a white hardener, which works well, but I like to use a little bit of the classic red bondo hardener to kind of give it that pink color. And I'm just doing a little test sample here to show you how it looks mixed up. It may look fairly opaque on the top of this can, but what I'll show you next kind of defines the difference between how this looks inside an ear and how the regular, less transparent bondo looks. When placed onto a sheet of plastic here, you can see how much more translucent that is than the bondo, which is on the left. And that is how I achieved that effect. I hope this works well for you. Let me know how you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel at Amy's Taxidermy and follow me on Facebook at Amy's Animal Art, where I will be posting more instructional videos.